Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan salam sejahtera kepada semua. Kembali lagi kita dalam program 10 minit bersama kaunselor pada hari ini. Saya Syafiqah binti Abdul Kahar, merupakan kaunselor pelatih daripada UiTM, cawangan Perak, Kampus Seri Iskandar. Jadinya hari ini kita akan membincangkan satu topik yang bertajuk Bipolar Disorder. Jadinya, marilah kita sama-sama lihat apakah itu Bipolar Disorder. Jom kita lihat sama-sama. Okey, jadinya mungkin ramai yang pernah dengar tentang Bipolar Disorder tetapi tidak tahu dengan lebih mendalam apakah itu Bipolar Disorder. Jadinya, mari sama-sama kita lihat. Baiklah, apakah itu Bipolar Disorder? Bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depression, is a mental health condition that causes extreme mood swings that include emotional highs, mania or hypomania, and lows, which is depression. When you become depressed, you may feel sad or hopeless and lose interest or pleasure in most activities. Ini bermakna sekiranya seseorang itu mengalami perubahan mood secara ketara dalam masa yang singkat, berkemungkinan seseorang itu mempunyai bipolar disorder. Jadinya, marilah sama-sama kita lihat jenis-jenis bipolar disorder. Baiklah, jadinya bipolar 1 disorder merupakan salah satu jenis bipolar. Apakah itu bipolar 1 disorder? Bipolar 1 disorder is defined by manic episodes that last for at least 7 days, nearly every day for most of the day, or by manic symptoms that are so severe that the person needs immediate medical care. Usually, depressive episodes occur as well, typically lasting at least 2 weeks. Episodes of depression with mixed features, having depressive symptoms and manic symptoms at the same time are also possible. Experiencing 4 or more episodes of mania or depression within 1 year is called rapid cycling. Jadinya, bipolar 1 ni merupakan level bipolar yang paling tinggi, iaitu yang paling berbahaya. Seseorang yang mempunyai bipolar 1 memerlukan treatment dalam keadaan yang segera kerana bipolar ini sangat membahaya. Dan salah satu cara untuk kita tahu sama ada kita ada bipolar 1 ataupun tidak, bipolar 1 dia akan kekal dalam masa 7 hari. Jadinya, mari kita lihat jenis bipolar yang kedua. Okey, mari kita lihat jenis yang kedua iaitu bipolar 2 disorder. Apakah itu bipolar 2 disorder? Bipolar 2 disorder is defined by a pattern of depressive episodes and hypomanic episodes. The hypomanic episodes are less severe than the manic episodes in bipolar 1 disorder. Ini bermaksud sekiranya seseorang itu mempunyai bipolar 2 disorder, bipolar 2 disorder adalah peringkat bipolar yang kurang berbahaya berbanding dengan bipolar 1 disorder. Seseorang itu akan mempunyai depressive episodes dan juga hypomanic episodes. Baiklah, terdapat beberapa simptoms yang boleh kita ketahui untuk kita tahu sama ada kita mempunyai bipolar disorder ataupun tidak. Marilah kita lihat sama-sama apakah simptom-simptoms bipolar disorder. Yang pertama, sekiranya seseorang itu mempunyai bipolar disorder, mereka akan feeling sad, hopeless or irritable most of the time. Yang kedua, lacking energy. Yang ketiga, difficulty concentrating and remembering things. Seterusnya, loss of interest in everyday activities. Dan yang seterusnya, feelings of emptiness or worthlessness, feelings of guilt and despair, feeling pessimistic about everything, dan juga self-doubt. Jadinya, ini adalah simptom-simptom sekiranya seseorang itu mengalami bipolar disorder. Jadinya, kalau anda rasa anda mempunyai beberapa simptom yang agak ketara daripada simptom-simptom ini, anda bolehlah merujuk kepada pakar kesihatan. Baiklah, jadinya apakah faktor-faktor yang menyebabkan seseorang itu terdorong untuk mempunyai bipolar disorder? A stressful circumstance or situation often triggers the symptoms of bipolar disorder. For examples of stressful triggers include the breakdown of a relationship, physical, sexual or emotional abuse. Seperti mana yang kita tahu pada zaman sekarang ini, terlalu banyak berlakunya sexual dan juga emotional abuse. Apakah contoh-contoh emotional abuse? Contoh emotional abuse adalah seperti penghinaan, ancaman dan juga rasa cemburu secara berlebihan. Jadinya pentingnya kita pada hari ini untuk berhati-hati dalam kita berkomunikasi antara satu sama lain, kerana cara berkomunikasi yang kurang baik akan memberikan kesan kepada keadaan mental seseorang. Can bipolar disorder be cured? There is no cure for bipolar disorder, but through behavior therapy and the right combination of mood stabilizers and other bipolar medicines, most people with bipolar disorder can live normal, productive lives and control the illness. Ini bermaksud bipolar disorder dapat diubati melalui behavior therapy dan juga melalui ubat-ubat tertentu. Kajian menunjukkan bahawa ubat-ubat yang diberikan kepada pesakit yang mempunyai bipolar disorder bukanlah untuk dapat memberhentikan 100% bipolar disorder tersebut, tetapi ubat yang diberikan dapat mengurangkan tahap ketidakstabilan mood yang mereka hadapi.
Maybe you've heard the term bipolar used to describe someone who's moody or who has mood swings. But this colloquial use of the term is really different from bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder, which used to be called manic depression, is a serious mental illness that causes a person to have dramatic shifts in emotions, mood, and energy levels, moving from extreme lows to extreme highs. But these shifts don't happen moment to moment. They usually happen over several days or weeks. There are a few different types of bipolar disorders, but there are some common features. First, the low moods are identical to those in a related disorder, major depressive disorder, also known as unipolar depression. Individuals with this can feel hopeless and discouraged, lack energy and mental focus, and can have physical symptoms like eating and sleeping too much or too little. But along with these lows, the thing that sets bipolar disorders apart from unipolar depression is that individuals can have periods of high moods, which are called manic episodes or hypomanic episodes, depending on their level of severity. In a manic state, people can feel energetic, overly happy or optimistic, even euphoric with really high self esteem. And on the surface, these might seem like really positive characteristics. But when someone's in a full manic episode, these symptoms can reach a dangerous extreme. A person experiencing mania might invest all of their money in a risky business venture, or they might behave recklessly. Individuals might have pressured speech, where they talk constantly at a rapid fire pace, or they might have racing thoughts and might feel wired, as if they don't need sleep. Manic episodes can also include delusions of grandeur, like, for example, they might believe that they're on a personal mission from God, or that they have some supernatural power. And finally, they might make poor decisions without any regard for later consequences. One way to understand these swings is by charting them on a graph. So let's say that the y axis is mood, with mania and depression being on the far ends of the axis, and the x axis is time. The average healthy individual might have normal ups and downs throughout their life, and they might even have some pretty serious lows once in a while, maybe after losing a job or moving to a new place and feeling lonely. An individual with unipolar depression, though, might have normal highs, but they'll probably also have some crushing lows that last for a long period of time and might not even have an obvious trigger. Now, for the bipolar disorders, the first one is called bipolar 1. And these are people that have some major lows that last at least 2 weeks, and then some major highs that last at least a week or require hospitalization. That said, untreated manic episodes can last as long as 3 to 6 months. And even though depression is seen in most cases, it's not actually required for a diagnosis. The second one is called bipolar 2, and this is when a person experiences similar lows and has additional highs called hypomania, which are less severe manic episodes than we see in bipolar 1. To qualify for a diagnosis, these hypomanic states need to last for at least 4 days. Once again, though, these symptoms generally last a few weeks to a few months. Alright, and the third one's called cyclothymia, or sometimes cyclothymic disorder. And these people have milder lows as well as milder highs, or hypomania like you see in bipolar 2. And they cycle back and forth between these two over a period lasting at least 2 years. Sometimes people with bipolar disorder can show other, less common symptoms as well. For example, having what are referred to as mixed episodes, experiencing symptoms of both depression and mania at the same time. Another symptom they might have is rapid cycling, which describes a situation where a person has 4 or more episodes of depression or mania within a given year. Like most mental health conditions, the exact underlying cause of bipolar disorder isn't known, and there's no single bipolar gene that's been identified, but it's thought that there are genetic and environmental factors that play a part. For example, one interesting clue is that people with family members who have bipolar disorders are 10 times more likely to have it themselves. Another clue is that some drugs and medications can trigger manic episodes, like selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs. It's also worth mentioning that people with bipolar disorder often have other disorders like anxiety disorders, substance abuse disorders, ADHD, and personality disorders as well, making diagnosis and treatment a real challenge. Even though there's no cure for bipolar disorder, identifying and treating individuals is really important, since there's a real danger that the person could harm themselves or even commit suicide. One of the oldest treatments is also one of the most effective treatments, and that's lithium salts. Lithium acts as a mood stabilizer, smoothing out the highs and the lows that they experience. That said, it's much better at treating manic rather than depressive episodes, and so individuals who take it often have to take other medications as well, which can be problematic since some antidepressants, like SSRIs, can trigger manic episodes in people that are predisposed to them. Other treatment options include antipsychotics, anticonvulsants, and benzodiazepines. But many of these, including lithium, have side effects that can be severe and lead to non-adherence, which can be dangerous for the person. Now, unlike certain disorders like unipolar depression, psychological interventions like talk therapy or cognitive behavioral therapy are not particularly effective in treating the manic episodes of bipolar disorder. Having said that, they can still be very helpful tools to help someone with bipolar disorder in general, especially after a manic episode has ended. They can also help the person handle stressful situations that might otherwise lead to a manic episode, thereby helping to prevent a potential manic episode in the first place. Alright, so super fast recap. Bipolar disorder is a mental disorder characterized by depression, periods of lowered mood, as well as mania, periods of a heightened mood.
Baiklah, daripada perkongsian dan juga video yang telah kita tonton sebentar tadi, kita dapat lihat bahawa bipolar disorder merupakan satu mental illness yang sangat berbahaya pada zaman kini. Amat penting untuk kita menjaga kesihatan mental kita daripada semasa ke semasa agar kita dapat mengelakkan dan juga menjauhi daripada terdorong untuk mendapat mental illness. Sekian sahaja daripada saya untuk hari ini. Saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada semua yang sudi menonton video ini dan juga kepada semua yang memberikan sokongan dan juga tunjuk ajar kepada saya. Sehingga kita berjumpa lagi di masa hadapan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.